week on Asbury AM, we've got a great show lined up for you. The swim season is underway, with special guest co-team captain of the swim team, Eli O'Connor, joining us in the studio to talk about expectations for the new season. We have an update for you on the highly anticipated Student Center renovation, and we have our weekly student spotlight with Andy Biller to discuss his campus debut in Godspell. We have your weekly news update and more, starting now.
Good morning and welcome back to Asbury AM. I'm Mike.
And I'm Asa. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't tuned in yet, we are Asbury's very own morning talk show.
We are so excited to bring you some new news content every week.
We have a great show lined up for you today. The Asbury swim team recently kicked off their season with new head coach Graham Duncan. They competed in a meet at Union College last weekend and secured their second win of the season. Our very own Ian Wong gives us a glimpse of what it means to be an Asbury swimmer. From a swimmer's perspective, we are able to get an exclusive look at the day in life of a student athlete. Let's take a look.
I'm Eli O'Connor, biology education major. I'm a senior on the swim team. I heard about Asbury through my mom, because she was looking for colleges, and I wasn't super sure if I wanted to swim, but if I did, I wanted to swim on a team that was on a smaller team, a little more like a family. So we usually get to the pool, get ready at 5:25. We get in the water. Usually we do something a little bit faster in the morning. It's only an hour of swimming. Get to the weight room, put in some work. We have a pretty set lifting regimen. We keep track of all of our weights, do it all as a team, have lifting partners and such, so we can really stay on track with where we want to be. My goals for this season is to break the 1500 freestyle records, which is a high goal, but also being a leader, stepping up as a senior, making sure that everyone gets what they need, everyone gets something out of this team.
2, 1.
Make sure you check out the swim team's Instagram at Asbury Swimming for upcoming meets, scores, and all things swim related. As you just saw, the Asbury swim team is full of dedicated athletes. Joining us in the studio is one of those athletes, Eli O'Connor. Eli, thanks for being here.
Of course, thank you, Asa.
So, Eli, what is it like being a captain on your team this year?
The Asbury swim team is like a family, and so being the team captain to me is sort of like being a big brother. As the team, swimmers have bad days, they have good days, bad meets, good practices, bad practices, all the above. So it's just about being there for them, encouraging them, lifting them up, being a support, and also being an encouragement when they're doing a good job, being there for them when they're having a bad day.
Yeah, so how has having a new head coach affected the team this season?
At first, we were a little nervous that having a new coach, that transition can always be a little difficult. We lost a few guys who just decided to leave just because of academic things that they were dealing with, and it just seemed like, I don't know how this is going to go. But overall, it's been awesome. I think it's a great change of pace for some of our upperclassmen that we have a new training schedule. He's super focused. Coach Duncan's super dedicated to encouraging the team, lifting us up. We've been performing super well so far this year in practice and in meets. So super excited to see how the rest of the season takes us into this midseason meet in November and then conference in February.
Right, well, it's very widespreadly known on campus that the Asbury swim team they work very hard. So how is being on that team and being a student athlete, how does that affect you?
It's challenging at times, but I think it's very rewarding. Getting up early for those early morning practices, 5 a.m., a lot of people look at that and they're intimidated, including some of the swimmers, but really when you get up, you start working that early, it just sets the tone for the whole day. It just sets your mindset, and so I think that it's challenging, but in some ways it's super rewarding, and it really benefits in other aspects of academic life and in work life, outside of school.
Yeah, so finally, what is your favorite moment or memory or moment from the swim team so far?
Last year in December, we went to Florida for a training trip, about a week, and it was just a super awesome experience building the team together. We just went to the practice in the morning. We swam at a pool outside in December, which is super nice. It was warm. And then go to the beach, play some spike ball, play some football, go out into the ocean, come back, do another practice. So it wasn't easy, but it was super rewarding, like I said, with the working hard thing. And then in the evenings, getting to go to the beach, go to the restaurants, go whatever, spend time with the team. It was just a super awesome memory.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for stopping by, Eli.
Absolutely, thank you.
The men's and women's swim team has a meet this weekend at Center College, and make sure to wish them good luck as they prepare for their upcoming competition. Coming up, Asbury has been doing some serious construction on campus this semester. After the break, we have an inside look and progress update on one of the most popular buildings on campus. Stay tuned.
So some of these guys, I'll see them every couple of weeks for 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And over time, they become friends of yours. And I've made so many friends in Wilmore because of this. And that's probably been the most rewarding aspect of being a barber here at Wade's in Wilmore.
Welcome to the Wilmore Well. My name is JJ Victorino. Today I just want to invite you to this local business that we're running here in Wilmore. I've been doing this business with my wife for a little over 4 years, and thankfully this is our fourth family location business that we are running. We've been able to help a lot of people to have a healthier lifestyle. I have lost 60 pounds myself. We have a lot of recipes and flavors of loaded tea, energy teas, and refreshers. These teas don't have any sugar, so you don't have to worry about the after crash drinking energy, because this is clean energy from green teas. So today I want to invite everybody to see what we have. This is a better option for you guys. Vitamin C, vitamin B12, and we have a lot of options for you. If you're in a hurry, this is a good option for you to have a healthy meal replacement. We are running a 10% off for all the students, so come and check it out. The location is 324 East Main Street in Wilmore. We hope we can see you here.
There is always so much going on around campus. News anchor Addie Smith is here to give you the weekly update to fill you in on recent events on campus. Addie, let's take it away.
Thanks, guys. Get your dancing shoes ready because Fall Formal is this Saturday. Fall Formal is put on by SAC, and this is just one of the many events they have planned for the whole student body to enjoy. This year's Fall Formal theme is Fly Me to the Moon, inspired by Frank Sinatra. The dance will be held in the CLC Luce Auditorium, and the fun officially begins at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $5 and are being sold every day this week in the cafeteria kiosk, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., so make sure to pick yours up. This past week, the Asbury University Golf's team and Maddie Heineman competed at the NCCA Golf National Championship. Last year, the men's team won the national championship and was hoping for a repeat this year. With their best efforts, they fell short of the victory by placing 6th overall. Garrett Sturgis walked away the NCCAA All-American Award for the second year in a row. This was Heineman's first time competing at nationals, which is a huge accomplishment and a high point in her career. It truly was an exciting and eventful week for the AU golfers. SAC hosted a spooky game show last Saturday in honor of Halloween. This event featured a Family Feud-style trivia where the students could compete against one another, scary stories, and some spooky and delicious snacks. Students got to dress up in their costumes and spend time with one another celebrating the spooky holiday. Midterm election is coming up on November 8th and includes a lot of important issues on the ballot. This election is important because it allows voters to select representatives for many key offices nationwide, and they provide an opportunity for change. All 400 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be contested in this election. The top issues on this year's ballot are abortion rights, immigration and democracy, and the economy and inflation. 2 ways to vote are in person in the county you reside or vote by mail with an absentee ballot. For more election information, tune in to the election night broadcast on November 8th. Back to you guys.
There are so many opportunities to continue your education at Asbury. Noah Clark is here in Miller's studio to fill us in on Asbury's Graduate Plus One seminar. Noah?
Thanks, Mike. I'm now here in the Miller screening room outside here, and Students will be here to learn more about how they can continue Asbury with the Asbury graduate program. Undergraduates can have a time here where they can hear from faculty and staff on how they can continue their time here, even after the first. Highlighted departments today will be from the School of Communication, School of Education, the Dayton School of Business, and even the Asbury Plus One program, which is specifically designed for senior year students to begin their master's degree even before they finish their undergraduates. Qualifications for being in this include having at least a 3.0 GPA or higher, along with 90 or more undergraduate credit hours. Up to 9 credits can be included within the traditional undergraduate tuition per semester, which technically means you can get at least 25% of it done without any additional costs. The total amount of credits required average to around 36, though certain majors in the program may require more or less. Ben is also having free catering. So, if you want to have some good food and have a good time to be able to learn some really good tips on how you can continue in getting your master's here at Asbury, come on out to this event. In the screening room, Noah Clark, back to you guys.
Thanks, Noah. For those of you interested in the Graduate Plus One program and how to extend your education here at Asbury, there will be an informative lunch in the Miller Screening Room today from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
We want your interactions with the show.
That's right. Each week we post a new trivia question to our Instagram story to get you involved.
Let's check out this week's question.
Last week's trivia question was, what were originally used as jack-o'-lanterns? The answer? Turnips. This week, as we explore the Asbury swim teams and their upcoming events, the question is, which of these strokes is not part of a traditional team relay? A. Front stroke, B. Backstroke, C. Butterfly, or D. Side stroke? Check out our Instagram story at Asbury AM to submit your choice, and tune into the show next week to find out the correct answer.
Campus is always being updated and improved. Asbury Student Center is now nearing the end of its transformation. Asa Callow gives us an inside look on the construction progress. Let's check it out.
This is Asbury University's Student Center, or what it used to look like. More commonly referred to on campus as the Stuce. The Stuce is a place where students can get a cup of coffee, study with their peers, and gather for events. But to get access right now, you'll need one of these. The Stuce has been under renovation since the beginning of the 2022 spring semester. The university plans to install new windows, student government offices, an elevator, an outdoor gathering space, and much more. Even though the popular building is getting a new look, the ripples of its closure can be felt all throughout campus.
Personally, I feel like it was a huge loss to the campus. I know a lot of people that went there and had a lot of fun, especially me. I used to play pool a lot. Yeah, I really hope they would get it finished so we can have it back because it was a lot of fun.
The opening of the Stuce has been anticipated for almost a year now. The reason for the delays are said to be because of supply chain demands. The Stuce, however, is expected to be open when students arrive back in Wilmore for the start of the 2023 spring semester.
I think it'll be a big win for us, and to have it all in one space. Just super excited for our students to be able to inhabit the space.
As the construction crews near completion of the Stuce, progress can be seen through the construction fences. While workers chip away, students and faculty wait patiently.
I'm really excited to get back, see the new additions. Really excited for the fellowship that the Stuce brings for everyone on campus, and yeah.
In Wilmore, Asa Callow, Asbury AM.
The Stuce renovation is expected to be complete when students return to Wilmore for the 2023 spring semester.
Each week we feature a new student and something cool they are involved in here at Asbury. After the break, Courtney sits down with Andy Biller for this week's Student Spotlight. Stay tuned.
What do you know about greatness? Greatness is not easy. Greatness requires work. Greatness is exhausting. But most of all, greatness is sweet. Have a Twinkie.
Student Spotlight is the time to give many students some much-deserved recognition. This week, Courtney Kawada sat down with Andy Biller to give us an inside look on the fall musical's Godspell. Let's take a look.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to Student Spotlight. I'm here with Andy Biller, the lead in Godspell. And so, thanks for being here.
Of course.
To start, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I'm a sophomore, MediaComm major, audio emphasis, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay. And can you tell us how long you've been doing theater?
I started doing theater back in 8th grade, so I think this is my 18th show.
Do you have a favorite show out of all those 18?
I think if I had to choose a favorite, it would probably be The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. And when did you do that?
That was back in the summer of 2019.
And so you're playing Jesus, which is obviously a big role to step into. And so what do you think's been the most challenging part of playing Jesus?
A challenge for me has been trying to find a good balance between keeping things entertaining and, funny as it needs to be for Godspell, but also trying to maintain the spirit of who Jesus really was, and trying to find just a good balance of those two things.
Okay. And so what do you think is your biggest lesson you've learned from being in Godspell?
Honestly, I've learned so many lessons from having been in Godspell. Just having to memorize so much of Jesus' teachings. Those things kind of pop into my head in day-to-day life now, which is cool. But one that stands out to me is just to always remain open to the people around me. Because I don't know if I ever would have become close with a lot of people in this cast if it hadn't have been for being in Godspell.
And finally, why should people see Godspell?
People should definitely come see Godspell, just because it's an overall great time. It's really funny, you'll have some laughs. It's pretty moving, you may cry. I just think it's an overall great time. You should come see it.
Thank you so much, Andy, for being here. And back to you, Mike and Asa.
You can catch Andy and the rest of the cast of Godspell this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the Black Box Theater at 7:30. There will also be encore shows of performances the same week at the same time. There's always so much going on right now in the tech industry.
That's right, Ghostbuster fans, make sure you turn up the volume for this one.
The popular Ghostbuster franchise has launched a new video game that puts you in the shoes of a Ghostbuster.
Original actors Aaron Hudson and Dan Aykroyd reprised their role for the reimagined video game.
Let's take a look.
You're a pretty big fan of the Busters, aren't you? Well, we're back. We're up, running, and firing on all 16 cylinders.
Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed features the voices of Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson.
Things are heating up around here, which is why we need help.
That's where you come in.
And gameplay putting you in the role of a Ghostbuster.
This is a really cool idea. It gives players the chance to assume the role of a Ghostbuster and customize their character, their avatar in any way that they want to, with different outfits and hairstyles and faces.
Looks like you've got the tools and the talent.
Welcome to the team.
The cooperative gameplay lets up to 4 players team up as professional paranormal investigators and eliminators, plus a 5th as something else.
Here's the cool thing. One other person, and hopefully it's a friend of yours, will play as the ghost. The ghost can win the matches as well, just by scaring everybody out of the environment and haunting it. And then the Ghostbusters lose. But if the Ghostbusters catch you as the ghost, then they win.
The things you'll experience here will be like nothing you've ever seen before.
Leveling Up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today, Asbury. Thank you for tuning in, and we are so excited to bring you new news and updates every week.
Next week, we'll have some election information, and one of our very own Asbury AM members sits down with a media professional. You're definitely not going to want to miss next week's episode.
Have a great day, Asbury, and we'll see you next week.